In this lesson, I've composed an etude for the standard tune Falling Grace. This is a comping etude that uses spread triads and their inversions. Here's an example of the etude at a faster tempo. Often when I'm comping in a duo situation, I like to use spread triads and their inversions. And this etude is a good example of how I would put those triad inversions together and voice lead them so they sound smooth and provide a nice sound for the soloist to work with. You'll notice that at the beginning on the A flat chord, I just play through the inversions. Then I go to the D7 chord and I voice lead that. So the smooth transition from here's the A flat, and I go up, that's the moment of transition, and that's a voice leading moment between the A flat and the D. Now I go from the D to another inversion just to get some bass motion going. Now some voice leading, then another inversion. Now the F minor, just go to the closest one, then the B flat and the E flat. This is all just voice leading spread triads, finding the closest one to where you are. Now the D7, now G minor. Now, a lot of times when I'm just sitting on a chord, I don't want to just play the chord over and over again. I want to go to an inversion. So it gives the bass some motion and some movement. It's a nice sound to solo over. So G minor and an inversion. Then C major, voice led, and an inversion. Then F major, the closest one to where I was, and an inversion. Now I'm on an F sharp minor 7 flat 5, and I use an F sharp diminished triad. Okay, that's voice led and an inversion. B major for the B7, and up to the root position. Now voice lead to E minor, and I go down to this inversion. Now a 2-5-1 in G, A minor, D, G, and an inversion. Again, I'm using inversions just to get some forward motion going with the harmony. Now C minor, up to an inversion, then C sharp diminished, then back down an inversion. Okay. B flat major, down an inversion. E flat major, inversions. Now, E minor 7 flat 5 in the song translates to an E diminished triad. Then another inversion. A major instead of A7. Now we have D minor, G, C minor, F. Now B flat, go up an inversion, E flat, voice lead, down an inversion, and land on A flat major. So you'll notice that I'm not using any tensions on the chords. I'm just using the straight triads. If it says A flat major 7, I'm using an A flat major triad. If it says D7, I'm using a D major triad. If it says a minor 7 flat 5, I'm using a diminished triad because that's the basic sound of the chord. So there are no sevenths in any of these chords. And it's a very simple approach, but I think you'll find that playing the inversions and voice leading when you're changing chords is a big challenge. This took me years to get this together, so I'm providing you with this etude so that you can study how I would do it and I would put it together, and then you can start doing small variations for yourself. Here's an example of how you would add some variety. So I recommend learning the etude first, note for note, learn it exactly as it's written and really analyze it so you can see the inversions and how they relate to the chord changes of the tune. Then you can start doing some small changes once you're confident with the basic arrangement here. So we started on A flat like this, and then to the D7, but maybe you would start here on the A flat and do a variation of the inversions. So you can start like that instead of going, maybe you start here and do a different order. That's a great way to start building your confidence so that you can use some variety when you're in an improvisational context. Now once you're on the D7, this is where the etude went. So that was D. Second inversion, first inversion, then G minor, root position up to your first inversion. But you could change that. You could start on the D and go up to its root position, then G minor, and then back down like that. So a great way to create variety is just change the direction that you're going and what inversion you're going up to, and that will slightly change the voice leading. So D, D, G minor, G minor. Or D, D, G minor, G minor. So when I'm playing this tune, maybe I'll go up here, like that. So that was a variation that I just improvised right here on the spot. But the reason that I can improvise like that is because whenever I'm on a chord or an inversion, I know what the next inversion is, either going down or going up. So if I'm on an F, for example, and my ear tells me to go down with the comping, I know to go to this inversion because I know that inversion. Or if I'm on F here and my ear says go up, then I know I can go here and have a couple fingerings for that specific voicing. So I have some variety in the fingerings, which helps me to improvise better. If I'm just stuck with one fingering of a voicing, sometimes it can be an awkward transition fingering wise, and then I might make a mistake. So if I have some variety of fingerings, then I have a better chance of playing accurately when I'm playing live. Depending on your current skill level with spread triads, you can learn this in a couple of ways. If you do not know a lot of inversions or variations on the fretboard, just learn the arrangement and have fun with the arrangement and enjoy the sound of the voice lead triads, and perhaps this will give you some new ideas on what you can do with other tunes or this tune. Now, if you have a good skill level with spread triads and their inversions, then you can take it to the next level and start to, like I was saying earlier, start to create variations on whether you go up or down from the current inversion, just like I demonstrated.